Well, good morning, and welcome to Jams with Jesus on this Saturday, August 20th. Another major move-in day for here at Clemson, so pray for safe travels for all those who'll be coming back to campus, or parents may be dropping them off for the first time. So this is a little bit of a continuity on what Pastor Josh had for his devotion yesterday, which went back to last Sunday's gospel text about Jesus talking about coming to bring division. So this is out of Matthew's gospel, the 12th chapter, 46th verse. While Jesus was still speaking to the crowds, his mother and his brothers were standing outside wanting to speak to him. Someone told him, "Look, your mother and your brothers are standing outside wanting to speak to you." But to the one who had told him this, Jesus replied, "Who is my mother, and who are my brothers?" And pointing to the disciples, he said, "Here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother." So in the bigger general theme was, how to reconcile this notion of Jesus speaking about coming to bring division when we know he was also the one who invited everyone to come and follow him. And I think that lies a little bit of a clue that there were those who ignored him, those that rejected him, and those that actually crucified him. So the notion of division certainly played out in his life, death, and then resurrection. But it's also one, to me, that speaks to how deeply we need one another. And we need community to help guide us and encourage and correct and teach. And that's a group activity, a group sport. I can only interpret Scripture through my own sense of interpretation, my own life experiences. But that would just be a very narrow and limited understanding. The more I hear from others and how Scripture speaks to them and their life experiences and their perspectives, it obviously opens Scripture up to me in a much broader and deeper fashion, believing that each and every one of us has a contribution to make to the greater community. The beauty, to me, of a faith community is one that everyone has something to contribute, and everybody has something that they can teach one another. And so with reference to this specific text, I know that I lean kind of closer to one end to saying that I think Jesus knew that his message would be divisive, not because he wanted to stir the pot or upset things, but just looking back over human history and what God has sought for God's people to be as an example to others, as how important it is to treat the widow, the orphan, the sojourner, the traveler, the alien in our midst. And when we individually or corporately, congregationally, or as a country fail in that regards, I think to say, well, we each have our own opinions, that's where we go back to Scripture and say, well, this is where I reach my opinion. Here's the words of the prophets. Here's the words in, Exodus. It just seems like Scripture's replete with reinforcement of that position. So even though we might have different perspectives, I think Scripture and tradition and just overall loving humanity lends itself to certain things. And none of us are either fully at point A or point B. We're on a spectrum. And then the corrective for me is, certainly people saying, just, again, helping, how do we then bridge those divisions? How do we invite people to more deeply participate in God's ways? And hitting people upside the head with a 2x4 might get folks' attention, but it's not necessarily the way to win somebody over, so to speak. So, again, a need for community, which is why, coming back to move-in weekend, certainly the invitation to any student, come by for a meal on Wednesday night. I really appreciate Cindy and Emily Schumpert are the two announcements I heard, and others probably have made this as well in the past, Libby, I'm sure, and others, that it's not just our congregation that provides a meal on a night. It was the fact that congregations Campus Ministries in particular, got together to say, if we rotate the night in which a meal is prepared through different faith communities, then folks who might truly need a meal, 6 days of the week, one is available. So that kind of cooperation, that kind of, again, broadening and deepening community is a wonderful testament to me and maybe you as well. So let us pray. Holy God, thank you for this day. We do pray for all those who are returning to campus and across the country if others are as well. Most particularly this day, for those parents who are either saying farewell to their first child leaving home, or for those that may have been saying goodbye to their last child, and know that these major demarcation points in people's lives, crossing over these thresholds into something new. Pray for your peace to be among all folks, whatever their experience this day. Not only safety for travels, but help in unloading and getting prepared, the excitement. And may everybody find those friends and community of which they can be a part. And help us at UniLou to play our role, to be grateful for all the students that will be joining this year, grateful for the leadership development through the past several years, and looking forward to another wonderful year. These things we ask and pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, have a blessed day today, and tomorrow we'll have live in-person worship services at 9 and 11 a.m., and our 9 a.m. service you can catch on Facebook Live. So God's peace be with you. Bye-bye.